Hey guys, so I'm so excited to finally be uploading this video. As you can tell from the title, this is us getting our new puppy. So if you've been following me for a while, you might have actually watched our vlogs from when we got Boo. I will link that playlist down below because I think it's so fun to go back and watch those vlogs. So this video is going to be us picking up the puppy, bringing him home and introducing him to Boo, our other golden retriever, and also the baby, and just bringing him home and introducing him to the house and all of that. I'm gonna insert all those clips now, and then when we come back, I'm gonna answer a ton of your questions because you guys had a lot and I marked them all down, so I will get through all of them. Very exciting day today. We are going to pick up our new puppy. Are you so excited?
I can't wait.
We always wanted 2 dogs, especially for Boo. He's so good with other dogs, especially puppies. He's like so patient, so relaxed, and we just think this is gonna be so great for him as well as us, and it all worked out. So we're gonna go pick him up and head home and introduce him to Boo. We thought of the name Finch because Boo is actually named after Boo Radley from the book To Kill a Mockingbird, or the movie, whichever one. I personally love the movie, and Atticus Finch is my favorite character, so Finch we thought was a cute name. So Boo and Finch. And Arky is with my mom right now. She's babysitting, so it's the first time that we're actually not with him, so it's very strange to be together and not have him with us, but he's fine. He loves my mom so much. Hi! Hi, Sammy! Hi, Sammy!
Sophie.
Oh, this is Sophie? Not Sammy?
This is Sophie.
This is Sophie. Hi, Sophie. I thought you were Sammy. Oh, you're just Sophie. A baby. Hi, Sophie.
Sophie. Sophie. It's the first time she's seen babies.
Oh, really? Hi, baby.
I think it is that one.
I'm pretty sure there's a one too, because you can see.
Because he's got the white too on the head.
Hi.
So I want to play with me. These puppies are so cute. Why can't I have one to play with?
Oh.
You're gonna have a big brother at home. 2 big brothers actually.
And Boo is really good with
He
puppies.
loves puppies. He's gonna love you.
Look.
He's gonna love you.
So cute.
He's gonna love you so much. Yeah, well, I know that's why you had said you don't like them going up in the vegetable area anymore. It's okay. We'll hold him. We'll bring him into the car.
Oh.
I'm gonna go up and mow. He's dark, huh?
I know. Do you love him?
Yeah, I love him already.
Come, Finch. Run, run, run. Good boy.
Crack, ribcage, and they were so funny.
They must have loved it, huh?
But
Look at him. Who's that, Boo? Who's that?
Yeah, that's your new brother Finch. That's your brother Finch. Calm down, dude.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Good boy, Finch. Good boy. That's your brother Boo. Yeah, hi, Boo. Ooh, that's your new brother.
Oh, you're filming. Oh, he's so cute.
he's adorable.
Hey, Boo. Hi, good boy. Good boy.
Oh, he's gonna go bum bum crazy.
Good boy, Boo. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. You want to play? You want to play? Oh, you're so cute. Little shark teeth. Hi, baby. Oh, hello. Where's Finch?
Look at the new puppy.
There's the puppy.
That's the dog. What's the dog say, Arkham? Yeah, woof woof.
The puppy.
Finch? Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let Boo in. No. Hi. Hi. Hi, my boy. Hi, my boy. Oh my goodness. Let's do a little update. Hi. Hi, Finch. Hi, Finch. You're 3 months old now. You're so much bigger. Do you love your house? It's my 3-month-old boy. Gentle? Oh, it's Boo. You guys gonna play together? You gonna play with Boo? You gonna play with Boo? Boo! Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? You are so cute. You are so cute, Finch. You're gonna be a big boy. Just like the bestest puppy ever. Oh my goodness. Like, how are you real? How are you real? I just love you so much. Look at this face. Are you kidding me? He's got cankles, kind of. He's a cankle boy. Oh, you want to snuggle? Okay, let's snuggle. Let's snuggle in that lap. You can look out the window as we snuggle. Okay, a little jumbled all over the place. I was trying to grab the camera when I could. Obviously, this was taken before Arky broke his leg, so it just kind of pushed all of my content down. So we're gonna start with the first popular question, which is, what kind of dog is Finch? He's a golden retriever. How old is he? Finch is currently 3 months old. Were we planning on getting him for a while? So we always knew we wanted another dog. Dad and I always said, like, before we got Boo, if we were gonna get a dog, we were eventually gonna get a second. We didn't want to get two at the same time because our trainer actually had made a good point when we were training Boo, is that if you have them like 3 to 4 years apart, you know, unfortunately, once the dog passes, at least that gives you a few years to have the other dog, and it's not like they both can pass at the same time. Obviously, there's complications that can happen. I mean, my parents have had dogs that pass at the age of 5. Like, it's really sad. So thinking positively and hoping both my dogs are healthy, then this way is kind of a smart way to do it. So Boo just turned 4 in July, middle of July, and Dan and I were talking about getting another dog, but you know, we had a baby. And then eventually we're going to want to have another baby. So I'm saying, like, I feel like now's the perfect time because like Arky's old enough and, you know, it's before we have another baby or before I'm pregnant. So I just feel like it's good. Like, this is a good time to train a dog. It was always on our minds, but Dan and I only really started talking about it in April or May. And when we found Finch, we were just like, this is perfect timing. And we went and picked him up in July. And it was pretty quick how it happened. We actually didn't even tell anyone. We told, I think, my parents, and I told my best friend, like, I was texting her the whole time about it, but like everyone else in my life, even like literally everyone, we waited until like the day before we posted it on Instagram to tell them because we were just too excited, and it was kind of very like fast-paced, but I'm very happy. Why didn't we wait until we were more settled in the new house? So if you guys are keeping up with what's going on in my life, you know that we just moved into this house and got the puppy like the next week. So it was actually my idea. I told Dan, like, everything kind of fit into place. It was weird how it happened. That's why I just know it was meant to be. So Boo is the kind of dog where he's not like super territorial. He loves dogs. He loves people. He's super social, but there are times like when Arky was a newborn and we'd be walking Boo with a stroller, if another dog was coming close towards the stroller, Boo would get like really defensive, not vicious, just like warning bark, like stay away from my brother. And I was always nervous about Boo feeling like this was his space and he like getting really territorial, because Boo can play with dogs outside. He can go to the dog park. He can go to a friend's house with dogs. He's always fine. But when, like, I've never experienced bringing another dog onto his turf for a long period of time. Like, we've had friends bring their dogs over for fun, but like to live here, I wasn't sure how Boo was going to feel. But moving into a new house, Boo doesn't recognize this house yet. Like, I mean, now he does, but at the time he was like, this is new. We could be like on vacation because we brought him to New York a bunch of times. So like, he's traveled with us. We've gone up to the cottage. So he wasn't familiar with this house. And I felt like that's just a perfect time to bring in a new puppy, because Boo's not going to get territorial. And now doing it, like, it just worked so seamlessly. He probably would have been fine even if we had been living in the house for a long time. But I think preventatively, I just wanted to do it this way. And I know it's a lot and there was a lot of chaos and it was hectic, but at the same time, I think it was a smart move, because for Boo's sake, there was just a lot of new things at once, and I think the puppy actually calmed Boo down with the move and just made him really happy. So I'm happy we did it this way. And that leads me into this next question, which is, were we nervous the dogs wouldn't get along, and tips and tricks for introducing a new pup to an older one? So I, like I said, was a little nervous before we decided to do this move, because I just wasn't sure how Boo was going to be. Like, obviously Boo to me is like my first child. I love him so much. So I was really thinking about him, and I wasn't nervous that like Boo would like attack the puppy or be angry. I was just nervous that he would be sad with a lot of change. When I had Arky, things really changed for Boo. Like, he was very close to me when I was pregnant, and then when the baby came and the newborn phase, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of stress on me and Dan, and Boo is very much an emotional support dog. If we're crying or upset or angry, he kind of clings to us to try to like force us to pet him and make us feel good. I think that's just in his nature, his personality. And he was very anxious around the baby, like at home, you know, especially as Arky was getting older, and, you know, would grab his fur or try and poke his eyes or something. Like, he didn't understand because Arky was so young. And then with the crying and stuff, I think that Boo just was really like overloaded and did not seem the happiest, and it was breaking my heart, because for one, I just wanted Arky and Boo to get along. Like, he is my baby, but they're both my babies, so it was really hard on me to see that. But then Boo was just like, has always loved other dogs, and he's always been so gentle with puppies. So I knew deep down that getting a dog would be like so beneficial to Boo, and it has been the best decision we have ever made for him. He is so happy. When we would drop him off at our trainer's house when we used to travel, like back in the day before COVID, they had a bunch of other golden retrievers, and they always said that Boo and this one other dog would bed wrestle. Like, they'd jump up on the bed and they'd wrestle for hours and hours and hours, or they'd play outside for hours, jump in the pool, play around, run around. Boo would come in and just pass out. Like, he was so happy. And I always wanted that for him. And where we used to live, there was like off-leash trails, and he was really socialized. And then, you know, COVID hit and we were stuck inside for a year, and he barely saw anybody or any dogs, and it was just really hard on him. And then add the baby into it, like, he was just not happy. So now he gets like a best friend. They do everything together. They eat together, they sleep together, they wrestle, they play, they're attached to the hip. Like, they love each other so much. And so it just makes my heart really happy to see Boo this happy. And I think, like, why didn't we do this sooner? Tips and tricks for introducing a new pup to an older one. So what our trainer actually said was the best way to do it is outside. He suggested like have a fence in between at first, because you never know how they're gonna be. But we just did it in the backyard. Boo was off leash, as you guys saw from the video. He is very vocal, so barking is normal for him, but he, I think, was instantly very excited. And our trainer had just suggested not to do it inside, because sometimes that can lead to a dog feeling like this is his territory. So outdoors, big open space where the dog doesn't feel like confined and trapped. Like I said, our trainer did suggest a fence in between at first, but we just didn't do that just because we know Boo, we trust him. But that would be something to think about if you're going to introduce another dog. But also, you know your dog best. So like, if your dog is super chill and happy and like whatever, like doing it inside is not a big deal. But because we have Boo, and Boo is already so well behaved and so well trained, it was actually really easy because Finch just followed Boo's lead. Obviously, when it comes to potty training and stuff, is that what it's called? Potty training? There's no potty. you know, like bringing them outside to go to the bathroom. The thing that Dan and I did with Boo, which we did with Finch as well, is anytime they woke up from a nap or anytime after they drank or ate, we instantly brought them outside. If he was playing and then all of a sudden stopped, we would just bring him outside. We never put the pads on the floor because we wanted him to know that bathroom is outdoors, not in your den, which is his house. And another thing we did was kind of barricade the downstairs. So with Boo, we barricaded him in just our bedroom at the beginning because bringing him into a big open space at first is very overwhelming for a puppy. And this is different if you get an older dog, but for a puppy, limiting the space that they're allowed to be in so they feel more comfortable, crate training. And that leads me to this question, which is how do we train him off leash, crate, potty training, etc. And was it easier or harder than when we trained Boo? So I kind of just explained this in the other question, but yeah, it was harder when we trained Boo because A, we didn't know what we were doing. So we just had read a few books and did some online research, and it was the first time that we were like getting up early or maybe once throughout the night to let him out, and it was just a lot. It was the first time we were like taking care of anything other than ourselves, so I was like very nervous about it, but it turned out really well. And eventually we got our trainer when I think Boo was 4 months old, and that helped so much because he didn't train the dog, he trained us. So that is what I really liked about him, is that we don't like just drop off the dog, they train him and then we just get him back. Like, he came to our house and trained us on what to do with the dog and gave us scenarios and homework and things to do, and then helped us train him how to walk properly on and off leash. So I just really loved his method, and it worked really well with Boo. So similarly with Finch, we kind of did the same thing, but from an earlier on point, because now that we have all this information, we did it early on and it has made things so simple. And also having Boo, Finch just follows him. So yeah, I think getting a second dog is way easier than getting a first one. So the training methods that we do are we crate train. So any nap, overnight, and feeding is all done in their crates. Boo was in his crate for the first year, like overnight and naps. But some naps were like throughout the house, but we didn't let him sleep in our bed until I think around a year. And with the crate, we cover it with a black sheet so it blocks out any light. They feel confined like they're in their den, and that's like what in the wild, let's say a wolf or something would want, where they feel like comforted. And we actually have both of their crates together right now, and we have it open in the middle. Well, it's not open, like they can't go into each other's crates, but the sheet doesn't cover the middle, so they can see each other, they can lay up against each other, they can smell each other. So it's basically like them being together. Boo loves his crate. Like, he will just go into it when he wants to relax. If we leave it open, he'll just like go in and lay in it. When we got Finch, we actually started putting Boo in the crate overnight again, so to help Finch feel like comfortable and a part of the pack. And Boo, like I said, doesn't mind his crate, so he's super happy, and it's actually helped Finch sleep through the night like really early on. Then when it comes to leaving your dog in the crate if you're going out to do something, we prefer that because dogs can get really anxious when they're left open in the house. They feel like they need to like protect their owners or whatever. Like, there's a lot of psychology behind dogs, and one of the things our trainer said was like, sometimes if your dog like gets in the garbage or like chews up stuff in your house when you're away, it's because they're anxious that they can't like protect you because you left their pack and they're like freaking out. So keeping them in their crate not only keeps their anxiety levels down, but it lets them relax. So what you do for the amount of time you can leave a dog in the crate is their age plus 1. So like, we go based off months. So when we first got Finch, he was 2 months old. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So we can leave them at most for 3 hours in the crate during the day. Overnight is different because it's nighttime and they sleep a lot. So we did that, and now he's 3 months, so we can do 4 hours. So we can go out for 4 hours and come back. We don't do it every day because we obviously don't leave the house every day, but he actually really loves his crate. We do 1 nap a day in there every single day. Him and Boo just like pass out and they snore and sleep in there for usually around 2 hours. We do it at the same time as Arky's nap, so it's kind of all like quiet time for the house, which is nice. How are him and Arky towards each other? Totally fine. Arky is learning how to be gentle, so when he pets the dogs, we say gentle, gentle, and he knows to like do it gently and not grab their fur. Finch obviously is still nibbling. That's something that like takes a bit of time to get the dog out of it. We are trying to train him to not bite so that he doesn't bite Arky, but he's a puppy, right? Like, that's just instinct for them. So he has never actually like bit Arky hard, but sometimes we'll nibble on like his clothes or whatever, or if Arky tries to pet his face, we'll try to like nibble on his hand, but we always like intervene and help. So yeah, Arky honestly does not really care for Finch or the dogs other than to just pet them, but they're just just like part of his house. That's just what he sees them. And Finch has no problem with Arky because it's what he's used to. So, I mean, they don't really play together because Finch has Boo and they are just obsessed with each other. How to deal with aggression, guarding, biting, etc. So, I mean, like I just said with the biting, we just intervene. Boo and Finch don't have any aggression issues. This was a really popular question, and I wonder if it's because a lot of people have dogs that are aggressive with the babies or whatever, but we just make sure that the dogs are comfortable with us being around their food and their bones. So one thing that we learned with our trainer with Boo is like, we give them food or we give them a bone to chew on and we pet them, we go around their mouths. We start by like offering them treats to drop the bone and come to us to get a treat. We could take the bone away, we can give it back, and we do it over and over again to the point where now we can like literally put our heads in their food dish if we wanted to, or take the bone from their mouth, and they don't growl, they don't get aggressive. But it takes a lot of time and effort to train that, and a big reason as to why we wanted to do that was to avoid any kind of accidents with the dog biting the baby if the baby got too close to the food, because that is not something that I want to deal with. I think it's irresponsible, and I think it's something that as an owner, it is your responsibility to train. It's not the dog's fault. It's your responsibility to train your dog properly. And now like the dogs can go in between their dog food and bones, and like there's no aggression or territorial behavior towards that, and we just constantly keep repeating it. Even though they're good now, we still keep practicing and training so that, you know, I mean, Boo is now, he's 4, he's fine with it. We can literally give him a bone, he's chewing it, and we could just take it away from him and he is totally fine. So I think it's very important to put a lot of effort into that. Any challenges? So yeah, the challenges that occurred was, you know, when we moved into this house, there was no fence. So we really put a lot of pressure on our landscapers to get that fence in, which they did, thankfully. But we were unfortunately not able to get the grass put in because there is a water ban where I live. And a lot of people get confused over this, but because there wasn't a lot of rain this year, we can't like water our yards until we get enough rain. So putting sod down on the ground is just gonna all die because we won't be able to water it, and it needs to be watered like constantly throughout the day and night over the span of 2 weeks for the grass to really stick. So that is a challenge because the dogs are just bringing in a lot of dirt. We're constantly having to like watch that they're not like digging crazy holes or drinking disgusting like things. So it's a lot of extra work, but it's not the end of the world. And then obviously the biggest challenge was when Arky broke his leg, because Dan and I feel like we have gone back to having a 5-month-old that we have to like carry around everywhere, and there's like not really any independence anymore when it comes to Arky. So that has kind of hard to deal with the puppy and Arky, but things are getting better and I'm just staying hopeful, and I know this won't last forever. So do we want any more dogs? As of now, no. I've always just wanted 2, but you know, eventually when the day comes that Boo passes, I'd probably think about getting another one because I like having 2. I think it's really great for the dogs. They just feel happier. Like, I cannot even express to you how happy Boo is and how happy Finch is. They are obsessed with each other, and I know I keep saying that, but it just warms my heart so much to see that they're just so happy. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys have any other questions, please leave it down below in the comments. Please, 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 please don't get a dog if you don't have the time to care for it, train it, love it. Don't just get a dog because it's cute. There's a lot of work and responsibility that goes into having a dog. And I know just like with the pandemic, there were a lot of dogs that were purchased or rescued because people just wanted one. And then when they went back to work, they realized they couldn't keep the dog, and it makes me so sad. So if you're thinking of getting a dog, really think hard into the amount of time you have, the space that you have, and think about the dog first and if it makes the most sense for you to get one. It is like getting a child. So I love you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next video. I have a lot to update you on with what's been going on behind the scenes. So yeah, the next video should be kind of like a real talk one. And then I have a few vlogs that I want to put out. So yeah, lots of content coming your way. Love you.